Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to Rogues Gallery Live. Good evening. Like I said, it's Rogues Gallery Live, and this is episode number 159. We're doing the latest in collecting news, and of course, the big news this week is Wonder Festival, which is strangely in the middle of the week. I don't know exactly why they do that, but there's lots to talk about, a lot of photos that we have to look at tonight. It's quite a bit more than we have had in a while, so that's always exciting. So anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. We got Eric B. from All Things Art joining us tonight. How's it going, sir?
Good. Hey, guys. Hope everyone's having a good day or night, depending where you are.
That's right. Happy any time of the day. That's right. Below him in the corner square there, we got Mr. Matt Martin from the Bat Vault.
Hey, guys. I hope everybody's having a good time and everybody's safe from the storm and all that. So,
absolutely. Yes. I'm glad to see you have power.
Yeah, we got power. We were without it for about 48 hours. So, yeah.
Wow.
About 48 hours. So, yeah.
That's a long time.
Well, it sucks having to throw away a fridge and freezer full of food. So
yeah, that's brutal. Well, I'm really
it's
sorry.
It's heartbreaking. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any standing water where you guys are? Or
no, just a lot of damage. With respect, nothing happened to our house physically, but neighborhoods around, a lot of trees, and there were even trees over the, covering the interstate. So it was, it came through and hit hard. Put it that way.
Yes, it sure did. It was crazy. I'm glad that there wasn't more damage, obviously, because it always could be worse depending on where it hits. So,
definitely so.
But our thoughts and prayers go out to anybody that's affected by that. I know, just some horrendous damage, especially along the coast there. Pretty crazy. So, anyway, I'm glad you're on the show, sir. Glad you're okay. And we also have Mr. Jeff Delaney from Secret Sanctuary on the show tonight. How's it going, sir?
It's going good, but I wish I was in Shanghai.
Yes. I was, I messaged Kelvin Loke from Shock Toys, and he had sent me a picture, and I was like, "Are you there?" He's like, "Oh, no. And he's like, "I wish." And I'm like, "Yeah, I wish I was there too. I wish we all were there." Cause it, in my opinion, and I'm sure you guys all agree, it has become really the quintessential licensed and unlicensed statue figure show of the year, I would say at this point. I don't think anything comes even close. What do you guys think?
Licensed, yeah, but I mean, is there unlicensed stuff there? I don't know.
I've heard so, yes.
Okay. Well, I don't think Sideshow's there this year, but they are. So here's the conundrum for me. Sideshow can go to Shanghai, but we can't go down the street to San Diego Comic-Con or something like, or New York.
Yeah, I might have mentioned that once or twice.
You might have mentioned it. Yeah, it's crazy. But I think they're buying more. I think that audience is buying more than the American audience, and I think that's really what it boils down to. I think people in America are just not purchasing, which sucks. And, we've talked about it for a really long time. It's like it's still eyes on product, right? It's still new eyes, maybe new customers, but. Yeah.
You guys noticed there's been no coverage of the Sideshow booth at all?
No.
I've not seen. I haven't seen. I didn't even, like you said that they were there. Like I had no idea until you just said that, because like I have not seen
they're on the
photo, let alone anything else.
They're on the map, and there was that Wonderfest photo showing their booth number and everything.
I'm amazed by just some of the stuff in general that hasn't really been photographed. Like the Joker from Queen Studios. Like people haven't really photographed that much.
Totally, I agree. That's looks like one of the best things at the show.
I know, and I'm like, why is there no like? I've been scouring, looking all over YouTube today and stuff like that, and just to see what's out there. And there are some decent videos. Like Infinity Studios has their own tour that they did with one of the collecting companies there. But yeah, I just can't believe some of the photos we haven't seen, and I'm sure stuff will kind of pour out as we go. But I figured that would be like tons of photos of that.
Art's there; he should get some good footage.
Yeah, I would imagine it will, but I bet he'll probably get it together in a week or so. I bet he won't get it together right away because I'm sure he'll have to travel, and he always, puts a real nice finish on all of his stuff. So I don't know but I'm sure. I think he has some editors that might help. So,
why isn't Queen Studios getting good pictures of those pieces out?
Yeah,
Yep, absolutely. And that's the thing is like, you've been kind of silent for a while. You would think you'd want to just come out of the gate and photograph the crap out of these things, I would think.
If you remember, I think it was last year at this time, they came out with the Batman Bale piece, and all that. And then Witherspoon, it got some hype. And then, like you said, it went silent. And now they're doing, it looks like a lot of Transformer-based stuff from what I'm seeing too, some Transformer-based stuff. But I think if they need to put more into their social media team or something, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get into this conversation more. Also, we're going to be looking at photos a little bit earlier than normal because we do have quite a few to go through. And so stay tuned for that. I also want to thank 99 people already in the chat. So thank you very much, guys. If you would do me a favor, hit the like button and also hit the like button for this guy, Mike Stainbrook. He has been a member of the Brotherhood of the Bat for 40 months. And Mike, can't thank you enough. And thank you to all the members out there. But it's so cool to see a number like that you guys have been around for so long, supporting the channel like that. So again, thank you to all of our members. Really appreciate each and every one of you. And again, welcome to the show, like I said. So anyway, that's a week. We got some stuff coming in, which I'm really excited about. So if you're tuning in tonight, join us also tomorrow night. We've got a triple live unboxing with myself and Billy, which I forgot to send him a link. That's my fault. Anyway, Billy and Dan and I are all going to be unboxing the Alfred from Prime One Studio, which again, it won't be a very long unboxing, but it should be fun. I've seen some initial photos and videos of him, and so he's looking good, and it's just going to be really exciting to have him in the Batcave, but that's coming for sure. And I was also double charged. I'm not sure why, but I was double charged for my Batman 89 from Prime One Studio in Blitzway. I was charged the main amount and then a separate charge for the shipping, which I've not had that happen before. So I don't know exactly why they did that, but I have been charged.
What do you mean the main amount? Do you mean the balance that you owed?
Correct.
Minus the shipping? Minus
the shipping.
Oh, so you just had a separate charge for shipping?
I've just never had them do it that way before, so I don't know what the benefit of that is. So anyway,
let me ask you this: how did the shipping cost compare to the shipping estimate when you pre-ordered?
I think it was a little less. I think it was still like $266.
Boy, that doesn't seem like a very big piece.
It doesn't. Which again begs the question, is there still padding being done? And I still would say yes.
Yeah.
Because when they did that sale, they were like $200 off shipping if it's over this. So it's like, okay, there was some padding going on, I think, type thing.
Yeah. Raven, I didn't mean double charge. I just meant I meant two charges, which is usually it's just one charge. So that's what I meant by that. So I do apologize. So anyway,
I've been sort of tempted to jump on the wait list for that Alfred piece. I haven't I haven't done it yet, but I've heard people that jump on the wait list, it converts almost immediately.
Well, how bad do you want it?
Well, that's the question is, how bad do I want it? The price is nice, but $260 in shipping sounds kind of
that was for Batman.
Oh,
that's for Batman 89. That was the price for Batman 89, not Alfred.
So do you know? Yeah, my question really was Alfred. Whether
let me go back and look. Let me go in my account real quick. And
while you do that, Chris, I'd just like to give a member of our group say thank you to a member of our group, Taylor Pilgrim. You helped me get a Talon exclusive version. The transaction went smooth, sent tracking. I mean, easy to talk to. So definitely a recommended. Definitely recommend. He's got some more statues up for grabs, so definitely recommend if anybody's looking for something, give him PM him or something like that. He says he's been in the game for a long time, so he's got tons of statues. So yeah.
Well, and it was just perfect timing, really, because Matt had reached out to me earlier in the week and said, "Hey, do you have any leads on a Talon?" And I'm like, "Well, not yet, but I'll keep an eye out." And I think was it that same day?
It was
the next day, maybe
like the next day. Yeah.
So the next day, I just happened to see one in the buy sell trade. I was like, Matt, there, jump on it, and he did. He did. He jumped on
him up right away. So yeah, and he responded, but all the pictures, sent pictures of him packing it up. I mean, sent tracking without me having to ask for it. So just all around smooth transaction, put it that way.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm really glad. I think I was actually down here last night. I was doing some filming or editing or something. And, you know, like what I try to do is as I leave this room, I always turn around and just try to do a pan, you know, just to kind of appreciate. 'Cause sometimes you go in these rooms and you're like, you see it every day, but then you just kind of, you don't always look at it. Yeah. And so my eye instantly went to Talley, and I was like, damn, that's a good statue.
Yeah.
It's just a really good one. Yeah. I think you're going to love it. I do. So anyway, that's what I have coming. The Batman hasn't shipped yet. I did, just to catch everybody up. Alfred was $104.
Okay.
And the Batman 89 was $255.
Okay. That's not that bad.
And that's the economy for both?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Alfred got here pretty quick. I mean, it didn't take a ton. I mean, I bet, gosh, was it even 3 weeks maybe?
Okay.
It wasn't very long. So anyway. Oh, Ryan says, when are we getting a proper review of Matt's Jim Lee commission? Can we do that, Matt? Can we get a Jim Lee commission review from you?
Yeah, I can. With respect, I should be able to film it this week and send it over to you. So yeah, I can do that.
What I would love for you to do too is do a little bit of an interview talk about how, like, the process of what you went through, because a lot of people ask me lately, they're like, could you do a video? Could you explain like how you go about doing this? And I do try to explain to people that every artist is different. Every handler is different. Yeah. Some experiences have been really positive and some have been really kind of crappy. And so that's something that I would love for you to talk about and, you know, reveal whatever you want to reveal about it. But definitely. I do think that could be helpful with people that are interested in doing something like that.
Yeah. Cool. I can probably do that this week. This week and get it over to you by the sometime probably maybe Saturday. Then no rush. If you do your editing and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. No rush. And congratulations to this guy, because he's going to be getting a Jim Lee in New York. So I'm really excited about that. At least fingers crossed, New York, I hope.
It was supposed to happen at Baltimore, and then I don't know. He said I accidentally sent him the wrong paper. I don't know. I would assume he had more paper on him, but I guess he didn't, or he just didn't have time to get to it. So hopefully set for New York.
But I also want to thank Eric publicly because he had the opportunity to get a Jim Lee. But he was really excited about the one he's going to be getting. So I did end up jumping on the opportunity. It was an expensive opportunity to jump on, but I'm anxious to see that in New York as well. And I'm excited for us to be able to see it in person. So hopefully that'll be really fun. So anyway, anything else coming your way this next couple weeks or so? Statue wise or drawings or whatever.
Talon I've always got art.
Oh yeah, Talon. Yep, Talon.
Yeah, I've always got art coming in, so I should get some more art. I think next week should be some more art. That picture I sent you, and I'll post to the group and all that with Batman looking over Gotham.
I've seen that picture a lot posted this week too. Like people are sharing that photo. Like it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It's the original concept art of the Batman when they did a book about it and stuff like that. So it's cool. Yeah,
that's really cool. Real quick, the Way 126 Experience says, "Hey, do you guys know Hannah Lee Studio? Are they legit?"
I've never heard.
I have not ever heard of them. That doesn't mean that they're not legit. Have you guys ever heard of them?
No. Maybe somebody in the chat.
Yeah, maybe somebody in the chat. And again, I do apologize, but we've been around a decade or more in this hobby, and I've not heard of them. But there are new companies popping up all the time. A lot of companies outside the United States that I'm not familiar with. A lot of stuff that we saw at WonderCon, like the booths. So like I have no idea what those booths are or who they are. But that doesn't mean they're not legit.
I would say if you don't
chat, thank you.
If you don't find your answer in the chat, go on like one of the Facebook groups and ask the same thing. I'm sure somebody knows of them, or if nobody knows of them, then I'd probably stay away from it.
Oh, Definitive Collector says HL Studio is very legit. So,
okay.
They're the ones that said that they're distributing the Iron Man bust. So, I mean, they might be legit, but they also might be custom. So there are risks with customs from time to time where, there has been a lot of scandals over the years. So just buy with caution is all I'll say. Yeah, that's it. Anything new coming in the sanctuary?
You know what? I'm hoping that Sideshow ships Frankenstein before Halloween.
That'd be good. That'd be good timing.
That'd be smart.
I was going to say they've actually done a lot of out of the boxes lately. They did that one. They did the Batgirl.
That Batgirl looks good.
Yeah. So I think that there's going to be a lot shipped, and which kind of segues us into topic number one. And Chris and Logan says it perfect. Everyone get that toilet paper because it's we are past October 1st. I did do a video on the channel talking about the potential of this strike, and it does affect the East Coast, like where Eric and Billy and those folks are, down all the way to where Matt is and around the corner, and all the way to Texas. It seems like the West Coast is not affected, at least initially, because they did apparently a negotiation a year or so ago with their unions. And so the West Coast apparently is fine. That is where we get most of our stashes from.
Yeah.
But again, if you're not in the know, basically October 1st, it was 45,000 workers went on strike. They're wanting a higher wage increase. They're wanting over the next 5 years, they're wanting a 77% increase. I personally think that they went that high so they can negotiate down. That's just my opinion. I don't think it'll be anywhere near 77%. But these people work hard, and obviously, there's a lot of automation coming in. There's a lot of talk on the people that are striking. They're like, well, you can't have taxes on automation, which the American worker, that's how the economy works. And so if you continue to put automation into everything, then that leaves jobs. You have to figure out another job, and there are always new jobs out there, but they're not always easy to come by, for sure. And I know that the longshoremen, they work really hard. So it's unfortunate, and it does have a steamroll effect. Eric, you're on the East Coast. You're a little closer to some of those the ports and stuff. Like, what are you hearing on your end down in the New York area?
Yeah, so I sent you guys in the chat like a news update, and they basically said it's only affecting the East Coast. It's only going to affect like things like electronics or furniture. It said it's going to affect Home Depot. It's going to affect like Walmart and those type of places. But I don't know. I guess people just read the headlines because the Costco in my area, there's already like wars for toilet paper. So I don't know where they make toilet paper, but there's people already fighting over it over here.
I don't know if you can hear that noise. They're doing some work outside of my room really loud right now. So anyway, I've also heard, and I couldn't hear you because of the noise, but I know that I've heard especially like automotive, like cars coming in will be greatly affected, and just products in general coming from that side of the world. And so I've also heard like companies like Hasbro and some of those have been incredibly affected. They have all of those in port right now. So a lot of the toys and stuff that were going to be coming in, a lot of those collectibles are on boats and will not be unloaded until it is solved.
Well, it's crazy. It didn't even happen yet. And then, people are already panicking and, stockpiling, which is already making the shelves go empty because everybody's, just preparing, loading up because they're afraid it's going to be like another COVID experience where, everything just disappeared off the shelves.
I was on TikTok earlier, and there's just video after video after video of like people at like Sam's Club and stuff, and toilet paper is gone again. Like everything, you can't find anything because everybody panic buys.
Yep.
And again, we don't know how long this is going to last, and so it's. I have a feeling they're going to dig their heels in.
It said on it was supposed to cost them like something like $4.5 billion a day every day.
It's definitely in the billions a day. Devin Murphy says the 77% would raise it to $69 an hour by 2030, which isn't far off from the recent West Coast dock worker wage, which they negotiated $60 an hour by 2027. So, obviously if they were able to work it out in the West Coast, I don't know if, how big a deal it was, Jeff, at the time on your end of the United States, or if you even heard about it.
I don't even recall.
So, I mean, that's, maybe it'll be solved as quickly. I don't know. Hold on, let me get this out of the way so it's not blocking Jeff. There we go. Let's see what everybody else is saying. Damn COVID days all over again with the toilet paper. The irony is when everybody runs for toilet paper, it creates a shortage. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And it's the hoarding. Absolutely. Food stores, that has caused some concern. And again, like they say, if it lasts a week, no big deal. If it lasts 2 weeks, we're still probably going to be okay. But if it's 3 weeks or more, that's when it kind of starts hitting the fan, and it's a domino effect down the road. But
my wife did see on the news that the head of the union came on and basically said, we're in no rush. It was like, hey, we're going to get, we want what we want, and we're in no rush to, we're not going to fold, basically.
And Devin says, the absolutely funniest thing about the toilet paper craze is that 90% of toilet paper is manufactured inside the United States. So there isn't even a toilet paper being imported. That's pretty funny, actually. And I don't see it impacting a ton of statues, because I feel like most, I would say, that come into the United States are coming in through the West Coast. I know Sideshow gets it through there. Prime 1 delivers it from that side. I don't know about everybody, but I know a majority seems to be coming in that way. Now, I don't know if what I fear happens is, obviously, if people can't get into the East Coast, they're going to try to find a place to go. And if that means rerouting all the way around to the West Coast, what's that going to do to the West Coast? Is that going to back everything up? Is that going to cause problems there? I don't know what the infrastructure is like in the West Coast, but I would imagine they're probably pretty large and able to handle quite a bit.
Well, remember during the pandemic, we had that problem with container ships backed up in the ports. I could see them from my balcony. In fact, I did a video about it. There were a dozen container ships within view from my balcony. I don't know if it's going to get like that again, or if this is even going to last very long. The president also has the option of invoking, what is it called? The Taft-Hartley Act that puts an 80-day pause on the strikes. There's ways to make this shorter than it needs to be.
That's what I was telling my wife tonight. We were talking about it, and it's. I think if it goes too long, absolutely the government will step in, because if it starts affecting the food chain and affecting everything else, they're not going to allow that at all. But again, hopefully, no matter what side of the fence you are on this topic, hopefully they get it worked out and everybody can at least be somewhat happy. I know not everybody's always happy in these situations, but anyway, I just hope it doesn't get ugly, because it could get bad. I mean, it could be, but hopefully optimistically we can get things rolled through and they can work it out and it won't affect, because people were talking about, like, will this affect Christmas? Will this affect, if it goes long, it absolutely could, it could absolutely affect the supply of things. So I wouldn't panic at this point, but if you want to go out and get a few food items or things that you stock up, I don't think that's a bad thing to do. I think that's a good idea anyway. With the way our world is right now, it's kind of a crazy place. Every day it's a little crazier. And so, yeah. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on the shipping stuff. I did just kind of want to talk a little bit briefly about it, because it is, pertinent to what's going on right now in collectibles. But yeah, that's that. So let's switch gears a little bit back to Wonderfest. So again, if you're not familiar, this is, and I think there's different Wonderfests. I think there's like where Shanghai, and I think there's like 2 or 3 different places where Wonderfest is. Like, I don't know if it's like a fan expo in the United States, like it's Fan Expo Dallas, Fan Expo Chicago, Fan Expo LA. But anyway, I wonder if everybody knows about Shanghai, but it's really truly become one of the bigger shows of the year. And it does feature a lot of collectibles, and specifically statues and figures. Somebody said it earlier. Let me see if I can find their comment, because they were talking about licensed and unlicensed stuff. I don't know if I can find it. Let's see. Well, maybe not. Oh, here we go. Marco says this. There are no GK
unlicensed pieces in Shanghai, only licensed by their Chinese authorization.
authorization. Thank you. Or by companies for that market. Okay. Thank you very much, Marco, for the update. I appreciate that. And speaking of Marco, before we go any further, Eric, did you want to talk a little bit about Marcos?
Yeah. So I thought it was for a second when you said
I was going to say like, oh yeah, Marcos. Yeah.
Yeah. So exciting things happening on my end with my channel. My channel like grew like extraordinary out of nowhere. We're actually almost at 100,000 subscribers. I'm projected to hit like 100 probably towards the end of October. So I've already been doing like smaller giveaways here and there, but in celebration of the 100K, I've partnered up with a few people, and the two I can announce so far is End Sabers. They do, replica lightsabers. So we're going to be doing a giveaway in memory of James Earl Jones. We're doing a Darth Vader saber. It's like a, somewhere between like a $400 to a $500 lightsaber. So that's coming up. And I'm also partnered up with Collector Zone. That's why it's in my subtitle down there. We're going to be doing a Sideshow Penguin premium format giveaway sometime towards the end of the month. As well as Marcos wanted to offer any new member that visits Collector Zone. They're a retailer, for like Sideshow, XM, Pure Arts, Iron Studios, Prime One, pretty much all the major statue companies. Any new member that heads over there, he's going to give $25 off your order. And if you're also in New York Comic Con, he's going to give you an additional $25 off any order. So you can possibly, have up to $50 off. And they're going to be at booth 3405 at New York. If you're at New York, definitely go and check them out.
So let's talk about New York just a little bit in that. So it's really nice that they are going to be having a booth. And it's actually kind of a partnership booth. It's going to be a Collector Zone booth. I'm going in and out of focus. Sorry, guys. But anyway, it's going to be a Collector Zone booth, but it's also going to be a PCS booth as well, because Aunt Adams is going to be co-running that. And so I'm really excited about that because we get to do a proper booth tour. It's been a little bit since we've been able to do at least one on my end. I know Jeff did one, of course, in San Diego, which is great to see any of those, booth tours, because they're so few and far between in the United States. So I'm really happy that they are doing a booth at New York. I've never met Marcos, so it'll be really nice to meet him and hang out with Ant. I think Ant is only going to be there maybe the first couple days from what I hear. But anyway, so we're going to be doing a meetup with them. And so that's going to be exciting. And again, that's at booth 3405. So a really great deal. Also, I know that Marcos would want you to be part of the Collector Zone Cantina on Facebook. So please make sure you are joining there to get those discounts that Eric mentioned. And it'll be really exciting. And again, Eric, congratulations on your channel. Congratulations on the giveaways.
Thank you.
I saw the video today. You haven't given away the printer yet.
Oh, yeah. I even announced that. So that one, I'm doing something a little bit different. It's more of a raffle style giveaway. So for roughly, I'm doing it at $15 a person for the first 30 people. Giving away $500 worth of 3D printing. It's a 3D printer and then like a wash and cure station, which washes and cures the UV prints. So if anybody's into 3D printing, definitely go check that out on my channel as well.
I've always wanted a 3D printer, but I know I don't want to go there. Yeah. I know I'd probably that's where all my other money would go. Like, it's like I don't have any money as it is. I'm spending all the money on art. So I'm gonna have to do it through you. But anyway, congratulations to anybody that wins that, because it looks like a really nice piece.
Yeah, that was through a company called Elegoo, who I partnered up with a few months ago. Yeah, they're like one of the main manufacturers of 3D printers, so it was really cool.
That's awesome. So yeah, Fate says good move, VSC. That's right. It's hard because I've got a couple friends here in my hometown that do a lot of 3D printing, and they do a lot of stuff like Halloween. Like they make like Haunted Mansion busts, and they go all out for Halloween. That's like their thing, and they decorate their entire yard with all this 3D stuff. And it's really interesting to me, and it's fun. And I love watching Eric, print it and paint it and stuff like that. But I'm like, I can't. That's a rabbit hole I can't go down, because I think I would probably really enjoy it. But it produces a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, it's the only thing, if you get into resin though, it's pretty hazardous. I mean, there's guys out there that don't like wear masks or gloves, and they're pretty crazy. But yeah, you definitely want to be in the right environment and have like the air filtered outwards, and wearing the proper gear, such as glass, eyewear to protect your eyes, gloves, and so on. So stuff's pretty hazardous.
Well, good advice. I want to thank 190 people watching, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate it. If you're enjoying the show, please do me a favor and hit the like button. That does help us out. Or share the video with somebody you think might like this channel. Or, of course, channels like All Things Art and Secret Sanctuary. We would love your support. So thank you very much for all of that. So, again, getting back to Wonderfest. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping all. I'm like squirrel today. But anyway, Wonderfest, like I said, has become this really big thing. And like Jeff said, like we wish we were there. You know, it just seems like a lot of fun. It seems like they pour a ton of money into these booths. You know, they kind of go all out with the way they are set up. Does it remind you kind of the way San Diego used to be, Jeff? Or do you still feel like it's comparable? Or do you think Wonderfest kind of blows even San Diego out of the water for what they used to do?
San Diego never had that many companies come. So, yeah, no, it's definitely the best convention I've ever seen for statues. At least this year it is. Yeah.
And it's just nice that we still are seeing that because it like even like Prime 1 and I think Queen Studios has been fairly consistent. Infinity feels like they've been fairly consistent, but like Prime 1 dialed back for a couple of years where they didn't have any booth or anything like that. So it is exciting to see. It feels like it, you know, kind of used to be where we have these big giant shows. I know they've had some in Japan around Christmas time before, and it's just so much fun. The only thing that I'm going to say that is disappointing to me, and maybe you guys agree, is it used to be a lot of fun when these shows would premiere, and there would be so many things that we've never seen, right?
Yeah.
But now I feel like the companies they kind of show everything off first. Not all of them, but like a lot of them. Like I feel like a lot of the stuff that we see in photos from WonderCon, we've kind of already seen teased, or we've already seen it fully revealed. It's always cool to see it in real life under real lighting, and it's just a whole different thing than just photography. But do you guys kind of agree with me on that? Like, do you feel like they used to do a better job of just kind of revealing everything new?
Well, yeah, I mean, San Diego, there were always 2 or 3 new pieces from Sideshow or from Sideshow affiliates.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I see what you're saying. And yeah, it's true. There's something awesome about walking into a convention hall and going, wait a minute, what is that?
Right.
You know, and yeah. I do miss that.
Well, and it creates excitement. It creates the buzz, right?
I could see that too, but I do think now, to my memory, that Queen Studios Joker that they've shown pictures at Shanghai, we've never seen that. That was kind of a out of the blue shocker, you know.
And their Dark Knight Batman too.
Yep.
We think we've seen it because we saw Iron Studios do it in 1/6 scale.
Correct.
But yeah, that's new as well.
Some controversy there because they feel like they're kind of almost identical. Obviously, one has a cape going up though, and we haven't had it confirmed, but it seems like both of those are quarter scale. And we were talking before the show about how it just seems like it's so weird that we haven't seen more photos of some of these things. Like some of these photos. I mean, some of these statues have photos, you know, what it feels like in the dozens and dozens. But it's really weird with the Joker and Batman piece. We haven't had very many photos of it,
especially the Joker.
Very strange, right? I've
only seen one picture. I've only seen one picture of it. You know, the side picture. You know? I
did see like a vertical, like a kind of a TikTok-y type video on YouTube today, and it did show the Joker in full, base and everything. But it's like I was going to try to do screen grabs, but it's not very good quality of a video. So I'm like, that's not even very good.
Okay. It's been one day so far, right? Maybe we'll get more tonight because like
today's the second day.
Oh, today's the second day already. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
technically,
it starts around the time we finish the show.
Yeah, their time is like daytime when our time is nighttime. So
it's like 8:00 in the morning now, right now. Or 8:30.
Is it me or BSC morphing into Anderson Cooper with the glasses? There you go. Well, you know. So anything else you guys want to say about what you've been seeing at Wonderfest? Again, we're going to get into the photos here in just a minute, but you know, what is your initial impression? Are you guys enjoying what you're seeing, or
it looks crowded?
Yeah, it does look. It looks packed, and it looks like some big, like humongous, like dioramas that some of the companies are doing. So yeah.
The surprising thing is it's so crowded that there's like queues Yeah. So like the Prime 1 booth, like they kept releasing videos. We're like, oh, we're at a 15-minute wait, we're at a 20-minute wait, 30-minute wait, or whatever, just to go through the booth.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is pretty crazy. Yeah. But I mean, I'm assuming that they try to have it organized so you kind of like go in and out a certain way.
Yeah.
Whereas like you take a Sideshow booth, everybody was just kind of, finagling their way in and out of that place.
So Sideshow's booth looked pretty small. I noticed the Pure Arts booth was quite a bit bigger than Sideshow's. So I'm sure it's small and probably it's just showing stuff that we've seen before.
Yeah, but again, not one photo.
Not one.
Which is crazy. So I mean, obviously the booths that I've seen Infinity stuff. I've seen a lot of Hot Toys, a lot of in art, which is exciting. Of course, they're the offshoot of Queen Studios.
Yeah. Prime One's done a great job of releasing really high quality photos.
They really have, and they've done a really nice job. Also I feel like giving a good variety. I was really worried that it would just all be the anime stuff that they just showed, but they really do have a pretty good variety,
right?
Including that Superman, which I think I'm excited to hear your thoughts on.
Hey, it's a weird time to like Superman because we were under a drought for a couple of years, and now I'm
not anymore.
Now I've got a major moral dilemma of which one do I buy, because between the custom I just bought and the LBS and the Queen Studios and the Iron Studios and the Prime 1, it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
He's looking pretty good behind you next to Wonder Woman right now.
He does look good.
Yeah, those pair up really nice.
Yeah, I watched your video, Jeff, about the review of the Superman custom. It looks awesome. I'm sure in person it even looks better.
It's a very nice piece, no doubt about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, Mr. Billy Rios has joined the Batcave tonight. How's it going?
What's up, buddies? How's it going?
I got to switch you around, though. We got to put Darlene.
I actually like this lower corner here.
Lower corner. I was going to say we can't have it too weird.
Yeah.
The only thing we need, we're missing Dan, obviously. We're missing JWR. We're missing Jeff Morris right in the center square with the big Slurpee.
I was gonna wear my Roosevelts for Jeff Morris today. But
there you go.
Yeah, I was rushing to get home, and then there was a fall ball game going on that went into extra innings. It was chaos. So, but yeah, I heard some of it, Chris. I did get charged separately for my shipping for Alfred too.
Okay,
which was unusual.
But you mean for Batman?
No, for the Alfred, I got hit for the remaining cost, and then they did the 109 for shipping separately, like two separate PayPals. They billed it two different ways.
Weird. See that, like my Alfred was just shipped.
Yeah, which they've never done.
Yeah, but like my Alfred was one charge.
Okay, well, mine was too. Like,
isn't that weird? Like, wonder why?
You know how like you give your deposit and then you get hit for whatever is left, and then which was the whole cost minus the deposit, and then your shipping cost is put into the whole cost, but they hit my PayPal twice for the right amount, but just separately.
Oh, sorry. I just got Marco's photo. I am so excited. All right. Let me go into my Facebook here and download some photos because he sent some really good ones that we have not seen yet.
Oh.
So that is exciting. Let me see if I can get in there.
Yeah, I saw a picture of Superman and it was blurry. And I was like, oh, he looks better. But I was like, the picture's blurry. Maybe that's why he looks better.
Yeah, there's one with a ton of light on him that shows him in profile. That's the best photo I've seen. But the ones head on, he does have that kind of too old look to him.
Was that the Prime 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm still not. I still might get it. I'm not sure.
I mean, his suit looks so realistic. I actually thought it was fabric. I was like, holy cow.
The thing I don't like, and you probably saw my comments in my group, is that S emblem is just ridiculously thick. It just makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
But size is right, don't you think?
Well, maybe, but the problem is Eric Sosa did Superman, a Raw Superman years ago, and it was licensed. And I owned that one for a while. And his S insignia was really thin PVC because you could switch out to Kingdom Come. And it was, I mean, you didn't hide the musculature with it. The Prime 1, it seems like it's like a flat board on top of his chest. And so it hides his musculature. It just, to me, it's really awkward looking.
Yeah, I was trying to think why. The only thing I could think of is they're probably painting the S's separate to make life easier, and then maybe they feel like if they make it too thin, it's going to be too brittle and break. When they're manufacturing just the symbol. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know, but to me it looks bad.
Yeah, it's pretty thick.
All right, I'm having trouble
set up that
logging into this. Let me. I'm going to try to send these to myself real quick. Keep talking amongst yourself. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, those I saw it this morning too on my way to work, and I like it better than the Iron Studios, but I still think the one that Jeff has behind him is. Yeah.
I've always liked it. My only issue when they first showed it was, not this one, when it was first announced, was he looked a little too realistic. And then these recent photos, I was like, oh, he looks a little bit better. He doesn't look as, I don't know, like in a way, he almost looks like a movie character. Like it's supposed to be like somebody, like an actor or something. Like he looks almost too realistic instead of like.
I think it's the Iron Studios one. I don't like the way the cape flows on that one. I don't like the way the cape looks on that one. So that rolls it out for me. That their version put it that way.
Yeah, I agree, Eric. I think the Prime 1 is the most realistic portrait, but I'm not sure it portrays Superman the way I envision him, or even the way Alex Ross envisioned him.
Yeah, which is nothing wrong with him being realistic. It's just for my preference, I'd rather have him look just a little bit more, like comic booky. And not so realistic. Like I say, he almost looks like he's like almost looks like a movie piece to me. Like it's supposed to be like an actor or something.
Right.
Stationary Wanderer says, I kind of like the S shield looking like an actual shield, but I get the objection. Also, why is the shield border showing? I like it better when the red of the S is all one solid color red.
Yeah, my two problems are, number one, it hides his musculature, and number two, it's just not what Ross did. You can look at Ross images. Yeah. Yep. And it's completely flat as part of the costume. It's not a plaque he put on his chest.
Yeah.
It's almost like the guy just had it's like a shield on his ass.
Yeah, a shield. And there's also lines which we're gonna look at here in just a minute, I promise, guys. But there's line seams. And so I kept thinking, okay, are they gonna do like a crossed arm like what's behind Jeff? And it would make for a very simple swap out. But I was thinking earlier today, somebody asked me, and has Blitzway ever done a swap out? Like, have they ever done arm swap outs? I cannot think of any off the top of my head, unless some of the newer ones.
They usually do fabric, so they can't. But in this case, they're not doing fabric.
So they could do the cross arm then.
They could. But remember, those lines are probably just there in the prototype.
Yeah.
It could be. But I mean, it looks like, like the arms would just key in, on the sides.
Right.
I noticed that too, Chris, and it doesn't look good. So I hope the final product is not that. Or if it is, it's because you can do a swap out of some sort.
Maybe he has articulating arms.
That's right. Pop Culture Fate says, off topic, but BSC, congratulations on your 166K subs. You worked hard for it. I remember season 1 of BCS with no subs. Yeah, I was going to say, it's been a long journey. I don't know if I'm almost year 8 or almost year 9. I can't remember what we've done, but it's been a long journey. But again, I can't thank you guys enough for your continued support of not only my channel, but any collecting channel out there. We really appreciate you guys. It means a lot to us. And so, again, thank you very, very much. And so without further ado, no, you're fine, Fate, and you're fine. I knew what you meant. Let me show you the photos that they sent. So we're going to get to all of them, but these are from Queen Studios. So this is a little bit different photo. Again, we're believing that these are quarter scale. This is the Dark Knight Returns.
And that has lines too at the.
Yeah, that has. Yeah.
But I think those would go away in the production piece.
I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of them have something like that, where they're like supposed to be like this, like a sewn seam. Like you can actually see like the stitching on them. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the benefit of that would be, other than if they do have a swap out. But yeah,
so
hopefully.
I did see one image of this piece with a little plaque in front of it that said quarter scale.
Okay, well that's quarter scale.
Yeah.
So there's the Batman, and here is what
blocky. He looks blocky, I guess.
Well, he is. I mean, he
well,
is
that's
blocky,
how that Batman was. Yeah, like he was like an old. Wasn't he 55 years old? So he.
Yeah.
They had no problem with
thick.
That's a different
Be careful with the age thing there.
Sorry, buddy.
Eric, did you see they added Frank Miller to New York?
No, I didn't.
They did.
I might have to go see him.
He'll be there Saturday and Sunday, I think.
Okay.
He'll probably remember you, Eric.
Yeah, sure. I still haven't met him yet, so I'm hoping to be able to meet him finally. But
I think I can probably say that about every artist. I'm the guy that bothered you for something.
That's right. I was gonna say, yeah, I'm the loud guy that rushed the stage. That's right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think the best Joker photo we've seen so far, also from Queen Studios. Here we go.
Yeah,
looks good.
That's really good.
Yeah, I like
it
that.
Looks like fabric, right? Fabric?
No, it's sculpted.
Sculpt? Mm.
This is quarter.
This is what we believe to be quarter. The Batman's quarter. Again, this is the Batman. This is the Joker. He does have a regular head and then the hat.
Yeah.
I think this one could do very well for Queen Studios. It definitely has that kind of that old school classic menacing Joker.
Yeah.
I might be in on this one.
Yeah,
that one looks good.
I can't see me not getting this one. I've got a lot of quarter scale Jokers, but that one, man. So,
any pictures of the base?
No. There's just been I don't have any idea why these have not been photographed.
I think the base is pretty simple though.
Just have it.
I don't know. You never know.
Houghton says, "Love that Joker." Yeah. Fate says, "I love the pose. Love the Joker. Very classic." Yo, that's good. Just when I thought I was out. Oh, kickback. You're never out, my friend. We're always back in. And with that said, you guys ready to look at some photos?
Yes, please.
Then we shall do it. All right. All right. Let's see what we got. So we're not starting with Wonderfest yet because I had already started this folder prior to Wonderfest, but we got some updated images of the Superman Clark Kent combo from J&D. This, of course, is Chris Reeves. What do you guys think of the updated look?
Looks better.
He doesn't look as sick, but I don't think he still looks like Christopher Reeve.
I do think he looks like him. I don't think it's perfect still, but I do feel like it's a drastic improvement on what they did.
Oh, yeah. Definitely looks better.
What do you think, Delaney?
I think that I wish they had given Superman the smirk instead of Clark Kent. I think that would have helped on making the likeness better on Superman.
Even with the eyes. So that's like the one thing I noticed about Christopher Reeve. He doesn't have like what do you call it? Like a symmetrical face. Like his face is kind of like, like a lot of people like that. Sometimes like half of your face doesn't match the other face. One eye could be a little wonkier than the other. It's where this kind of doesn't capture that. And I think that's what they're missing on it. Like I said, if they would have done the smirk or, the Clark Kent definitely looks better to me. It looks more like Christopher Reeve than the Superman.
Yeah, smirk's fun. I do like that. So, all right, moving on. Let's talk about this guy. Again, we've talked about him. This was from Blitzway. And obviously, again, you guys were already talking about you can just even see how thick it is coming off his chest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just looks like a nameplate.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they could just get that shaved down a little bit, but I do feel like the size is about right. Like I was looking at some Alex Ross art today, and I'm like, he just draws the emblem really big, on the chest, and so I feel like that's pretty accurate.
The portrait looks dead on to me, Alex Ross.
Yeah, I think the portrait's really well done, and I also, for everybody, and Jeff, you saw the Iron Studio piece, and I still think that those look really good. But the biggest complaint I think was that there was a little bit maybe of a plasticky feel to them because there was not texture.
Correct.
And so, like, do you like this one better in terms of that? There is texture versus the one you saw.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
For sure.
Yeah. I do feel like it really adds to the piece, but I think that the likeness is really good.
The skin tone is dead on too. The skin tone looks dead on too.
Yeah, I like it better here because it doesn't I don't know. When Prime 1 first showed it, maybe it was just too blown up and like in your face, so like just saw like every single little skin pore on his face.
That's the picture that I like. I think the pose looks really good there. The portrait looks really good at that angle. I like everything about this picture, but except for the plaque on his chest.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I have another question, and just see if pick your brain. When I think of Blitzway, I think of movies. Is this Blitzway's first ever non-movie statue? I can't remember them ever doing a comic book piece before. Can you guys?
I don't think so.
To my knowledge.
No.
Yeah,
So I did think that was interesting because, it's always been kind of Prime One's baby to do all of these amazing DC comic pieces. But I was like, okay, I wonder if, DC doesn't necessarily have a lot of confidence in some of the DC pieces right now. But maybe if they allow Blitzway to do it, it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, it is. And they're doing Batman and Wonder Woman as well. So, and the Batman is a folded arms pose.
It's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
And that's a cool base.
Yeah, that is really a cool base. Yeah.
Do you think they'll do similar bases from all three? I hope they kind of do.
Well, they showed when they first revealed this in the last showcase, not the one just last week, but the one before that. They showed, if you scroll down to the base, the part there that has the S insignia on it.
Yep.
They showed that with the bat and with the W for Wonder Woman. So that suggests to me that they are going to have similar bases.
Yeah, I do like them. I mean, it's simple. It's kind of, we talk about like the J&D squares and stuff like that. It is simple, but the light up feature is really nice. And I just feel like it's a little bit elegant. And I like that it's raised a little bit.
It's funny because I'm looking at the S on the base, and it's way better than the S on his chest as far as like how far. It doesn't stick out as far. Like, why can't they just do that to the chest?
So again, these are all prototypes. So hopefully, by the time it is done, you guys know I don't have Superman really in my collection. I have had Hush. This is one I would definitely consider, and at this angle, even like I really like this kind of this side profile look.
Yep.
Just like Jeff said, it's what sells it for me.
So what's the price going to be?
The price?
Yeah. Because Blitzway tends to be pretty fair on their prices. I mean, look at that Bruce Wayne, that $555 for that Bruce Wayne that was just revealed.
Do you think it'll be? I mean, I would hope it would be less than.
That's Queen. That's Queen. Sorry.
Yeah, that's Queen. I would hope that this would be less than 1,000.
Well, I think this is the first 1/4 piece that Blitzway has done. All the movie pieces are all 1/3.
No, a lot of them actually are quarter. Like the Boys are a quarter. The Matrix one's a quarter.
The Rocky.
Right. Yeah, I'm thinking Peacemaker and all the
they do a lot
stuff.
of a lot of those have been but just like with Prime One, they've really pivoted and gone to a lot of 1/4 just because I guess they must sell better, I would assume, but I'm still really excited, and I think that this makes me really excited to see the Batman.
Yeah. So what do you think?
If the price is right, you do that and the Batman kind of side by side. Would be cool.
You think it's going to be like $8.99 or something like that?
I think that would be great if it is.
I wouldn't say great, but
well, I mean, it's better than what I was thinking. Like I was thinking more like, if it's like $9.99 or whatever,
Right. But, yeah, I think it's going to be bumping up to $1,000.
I do too.
Yeah, me too.
And I think they know they can get it.
Right.
Because people love Alex Ross. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Well, they just watched Prime One sell. How many of the exclusive Hush Supermans were there that sold out in 3 days?
Yep. Talking to their creative director, they've been very pleased with the Hush sales.
I would think so.
Yeah, very, very happy.
Yeah.
This is another one I just referred to. This is also Blitzway. This is Homelander from The Boys. The first time we kind of get to see it on display. Looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep.
It's just awesome. This was their Blitzway display.
Oh, that looks cool.
That they had there. So I thought that was really cool to see, the John Wick stuff and the Boys stuff. It's really, really neat.
I'm tempted by that John Wick.
Yeah, that John
It's fantastic.
Wick sick. Yeah,
does look good there.
Look how they all have light up bases.
Mm-hmm. So here's another, and I want you to keep this in mind because I've got a J&D photo later on. I just want you to compare this to what we're going to see in a bit, because it's crazy to me. I just love what they're doing at Blitzway. I mean, look at that.
Yep.
That looks fantastic to me.
Hey, Math Made Easiest in the chat. Yes, Collector Zone is a reputable site.
Yep. Marcos will take care of you. Todd at Spec will take care of you. We got good people.
Yep.
This thing is nuts.
Here's the big boy. This
is the big boy. You're going to need 4 dining room tables, Jeff Morris, for this one.
Crazy.
I can say, let's hint about price. I say 5.
I bet it's more than that.
How much was 7? The Godzilla vs. Kong? Wasn't that like 5,000, right?
Do you remember when they were first putting this together on the first showcase that they did? They had like 2 women putting the 2 sides together. It looked like they could like crawl through the circle. That's how big.
Yeah, it's nuts. But God bless whoever gets this. And like I don't even know like somebody like Art Statue Collector could find a spot for this thing.
Yeah, even he's selling stuff to make room.
Yeah, I would say isn't it crazy that he's running out of space?
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful piece.
It's a little
Can't
bit
even imagine how many parts that you have to put together.
Do you think that's best base for the Batsies?
It's definitely a qualifier for the 2025 version. Yes.
Biggest base, new category.
Yeah. This one is one they just showed at the Next Level event. I love the colors on this one.
Yeah, the colors pop.
It's really beautiful. Very artistic piece. A lot of great texture, a lot of great detail. Again, Prime 1 always does such a nice job. Looks really great. So fun piece there. And then this one is still up for pre-order right now. I know it's, I believe, sold very well for Prime 1.
That's cool.
Is that Berserk? Is that what that is? Or I don't know. I think it's is it?
Attack on Titan or something?
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, Attack on Titan. It's a cool piece. So here's one of the other photos of the Joker that we saw. That's the unhatted portrait.
That's really
the colors pop on that one.
Yeah, I
the
love
purples
the colors.
and
Yeah.
Perfect.
So here's a little glimpse on the base, Eric.
Yep.
I know you were asking about it.
I was actually
kind of like it looks like a sewn. It doesn't look like it's too tall.
Like a circus type tent.
Yeah,
circus tent. So I think that's fun. Definitely has a kind of a Killing Joke vibe to it. So I think
they need to well, I won't say that.
Say it.
They need to send me one. That's what you need to say. They need to say, "Hey, to Queen Studios, let me take a look at this thing."
Well, what I was going to say is, so 2 years ago, their Nightmare Batman went up for pre-order. 4 months ago, they put out an unboxing video. As far as I know, those pieces have not shipped yet. There's no YouTube videos. I haven't seen any in the wild at all. So they really need to get their act together as far as a schedule and sticking to it and getting stuff out.
I do feel like Queen Studios this year has been very similar to XM in a lot of ways, that we haven't just heard much. Yeah. We have some things kind of pop up here and there. So I don't know. Like I even like, I know John was there, and John's been on the program a couple of times. He's not on Facebook anymore. So I don't know exactly what that means. I did.
He's in Shanghai.
He is in Shanghai. I texted him. I forgot I have his phone number. And so I texted him just to kind of check in, and I still haven't heard back yet. So I don't know. I'm just glad. I thought, well, maybe he's not working for Queen anymore. So I would assume he still is. But hopefully we can gather some more information and kind of maybe have him on, and he can, kind of update us on what Queen Studios is doing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, as opposed to XM, at least they're showing us stuff.
Right.
Got a super chat.
Can you read it for me, Eric?
Yeah, it's from Lane Kramer for $2, and basically what you just were talking about. It says, "Get stuff out, Queen and XM Studios. Enough POs."
Yeah, there we go. Well, thank you very much, Lane. I appreciate the super chat. And exactly, I mean, they got to get stuff out. That's going to be the key. If you're going to lose confidence in collectors if you don't. And I know it's not always their fault. I know sometimes they're beholden to factories and shipping and all the other crap that's going on. But at the end of the day, communication's key. And you have to be truthful in your communication. You can't be, pardon my French, but full of BS sometimes.
Yeah.
This is very similar. This is again Queen Studios. This is very similar to the Iron Studios one that we've reviewed here on the channel. It's been a great piece. I think it was 5th scale if I remember correctly.
It was 6th.
Oh, that's right, 6th scale.
Wow.
So this one will be quarter, and I really like the cape on this one with the kind of billowing up.
Cool. The worn cape.
Yeah, I dig this one.
In person, I think it's going to look pretty good in quarter scale.
I do too. I think it's going to have a lot of presence to it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Prime 1 also teased a quarter scale version of this and the Joker in individual versions. That's been a number of next level shows ago. So I don't know if that'll ever come out. We'll ever see it in the light of day, but at least we get to see this one. So that's exciting.
I think there was a Superman too, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's when the Joker had the white suit, right?
Yes.
Correct. Yes, correct. And they just basically showed us renders. They didn't really show anything printed yet. Is this Queen or is this Infinity? I can't remember who's doing this one.
I think it's Queen.
I know nothing about this, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's from a video game, I think.
It is. I mean, look at the detail.
That's crazy.
That's fantastic. It does make sense if it would be Queen, because I know Queen does a lot of like the one arm busts instead of both arms. They've been doing that quite a bit. But super ornate, super awesome. I mean, look at that.
Yeah,
what's he holding? Looks like a bocce ball.
Little one of those little shakers.
Oh, I didn't see the other thing.
But yeah, look at that face.
Chat says Black Myth Wukong.
All right, I trust the chat. In chat, I trust. Easy for me to say. Oh yeah, it is Queen. There you go. Confirmation. But isn't that cool? Just awesome. This is also from Queen Studios. I don't know if this is from the same game or not. I'm assuming.
They're both furry looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's kind of neat to see Queen branching out a little bit. I thought this looked really good. This is their Arnold bust.
Yeah, he was in San Diego this summer.
What'd you think?
Oh, it looks amazing. Probably more selfies with that piece that weekend than any other thing in the convention. People were lining up to take selfies with Arnold.
I was really hoping that we would see an update on the Bale one. Because I thought that was, one that I'm definitely considering.
Mm-hmm.
But this looks fantastic. We also got to see this week. The Bruce Wayne went up for pre-order. Or is going up for pre-order. I can't remember if I think it's already up. But this is the diorama that you could put together. So you referred to the Nightmare one right there.
Yeah.
And so hopefully it'll be shipping, if not already. And then the other ones, I don't think any of the other ones have gone up for pre-order. I really like the traditional Batman right here leaning forward.
Yeah.
I think that one will do really well. And I think that looks really good. I think that looks like Bruce Wayne. I think it looks like Ben Affleck. What do you guys think?
Yep.
Yeah, and the price is good.
Do you think this one will sell well and that he's kind of, no longer Batman? Or you think they missed their bubble a little bit?
Yeah.
There's still a demographic of the community that really loves him as Batman. That Snyderverse kind of.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Still, yeah, I was gonna say there's still a lot of fans out there that's their Batman.
They still think, people still think that there's gonna be more movies. They're supposed to go to Netflix and this and that, and I don't know.
I'm not holding my breath.
No, don't.
But this looks so good together.
I mean, certainly if you're buying any of the Batmans here, why not have Bruce Wayne along with him?
Absolutely. Yeah. It tells a story, that's for sure.
I had the Nightmare Batman on pre-order and canceled it.
Oh, you did?
Just took too long?
It took way too long.
Yeah, it took too long. This is also from Queen Studios. I think this looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And I don't think Queen Studios ever does silicone, so I think that's all just a polystone head, I think.
That's what they did with Loki and Tom Holland, Spider-Man, and Wonder Woman, and
that's pretty amazing for polystone.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So that's just awesome. And then also Gandalf.
It's really good.
That's so good. Looks just like him. These companies, they're getting scary good.
Yeah.
So wait, these would be how do they do the hair if it's polystone? I feel like
in the past they've told me they've used kind of like a wig technique.
Yeah. Okay. Loki was like a little wiggish.
Yeah.
Wiggish.
Waka waka waka.
Made that up.
That's just so cool. I mean, that just is insane to me. I don't know if they like a lot of wigs have that little bit of lace in the front. So I don't know if they do like glue that on and then paint over it, maybe.
This is quarter?
I think this is third.
Oh man.
I think.
As awesome as it looks here, I'm just always nervous about how it'll look when you take it out of the box. Like I know it's not going to look like that,
Yeah, it's not going to look like that.
Yeah, and I'll just, it'll come off as dollish to me. I don't know. I'd rather it was sculpted.
This is a new offering from Hot Toys. This is the 1960s Stark.
Right. Oh, that's when they went back to get more PIM particles.
Yeah, they're in the elevator and stuff. Yeah. Sees his dad.
Yep.
I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah,
it's good likeness.
That's awesome.
Do we really need a statue of that?
Well, it's not. It's a figure. Hot Toys. Okay. I don't know on some of these. I don't know if they're Hot Toys. I don't know if they're in art. I apologize. It's not my specialty. So maybe you guys can chime in. But I think these are in art. I think.
Yeah, I think
that looks fantastic.
Yeah, sure does.
Also, Legolas as well. We're just talking about Orlando Bloom. Got Snape.
That looks good.
I think that looks really impressive.
Wow.
I've got some close-up photos. Some of these photos are kind of mixed and matched, guys, so I do apologize. Trying to scramble to get all these together. But this has got a Dune one as well.
It's pretty cool.
Looks good. Oh, Michael Jackson. I think it looks okay. And then they also have a bust we're going to see here soon. But look at this. This is really cool.
Yeah.
With the horse.
Yeah, everything looks good.
I was going to say, yeah, if you're a figure collector, there's a lot of really good stuff. This was also teased, kind of a big deal for Blitzway. This is a Disney property here, and so they're going to do some Star Wars stuff.
Apparently, they only have the license in Japan.
Really?
Yep. So We'll see how available it is to us.
Yeah, I would imagine some of our local companies could get it for some of you, but it might be harder to get possibly. I would assume that these are going to be quarter scale. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's good.
Moving over to some Prime 1 stuff. They had a bunch of stuff on display. This is part of their Street Fighter. Thought this one looked really fun. Again, some of these we've seen before. I don't think they had a lot of new reveals, but it is maybe the first time that it's been out in public. So
the colors really pop on that one.
Yeah. It's a fun piece. I really like some of the artistry that they do with some of these pieces that they can't always get away with the DC stuff, but with like just the logos and the swishes and stuff behind. Looks good. Some other pieces.
So like Guyver or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like Guyver.
I think that was one of the newer ones. That was the female Geiger.
Mm-hmm, I was watching the replay. I was laughing at that. They don't even give her a name. It's just Guyver.
Female.
That's it.
This one is I don't know which version of the Predator it is, but it's pretty massive.
Is that Alien vs Predator?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know if this one had been seen yet or not. But he looked cool to me.
Bulky boy.
Yeah, he's very thick.
Big dude.
Looks good. Getting a lot of detail. It's just really nice to see these under real lighting like this. I like this one.
That's awesome.
Isn't that just beautiful? I mean, the detail. I mean, look at that. It's really awesome.
It's amazing.
There's another photo of her.
It's like one of those statues that you're gonna think come to life when it's in your room or something.
Yeah, I think she's incredibly creepy. Yeah.
Really creepy.
You don't want to turn their lights off with that one. Have a night light. This is one of the other new ones that they showed at the Next Level event.
That's cool.
I thought the cycle was really neat. I love the blue effect, the flame effects down below.
Look at the face in the front.
Oh, that's cool.
That's neat. It's a cool light up.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Like a Tron bike.
A couple of different. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. Yeah. Little light cycle power run for you Disney fans out there. They also had the Transformers piece on display. This is such a cool piece.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
And again, Prime One, I tip you, great photography.
So that's actually the same robot, right? That's just him transformed because he's a gorilla, and then he transforms and he looks like that.
Must be.
Just reminded me, I need to go watch this movie. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it yet either, so I don't know.
Yeah, like that's what him as a robot, but he transforms into the gorilla.
That's cool. This is their Slan. It's the quarter scale version. I won't zoom in too much. I don't want to be taken off of YouTube. This one, I find this one funny. This was that one we saw, the Street Fighter one that we saw. So I think I've got a few more pictures of her later on too, but pretty cool. That's the Superman and Clark Kent that we saw earlier.
So in this picture, I don't know if you can zoom in at all or not, but does his neck look a little long on the Superman?
Yep.
It does.
Yep.
That being said, I think that the colors of the costume look dead on.
Yeah.
As if like from the movie. Dead on.
And I've said that a lot about J&D. I feel like their tailoring is just top notch. I feel like they do a really nice job with what they do.
I actually think it might be better than what they had in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. It was like they were basically like pajamas. They also had some other pieces on display. I don't know who this is, but the kind of cool to see the other pieces. This is the J&D
Witcher.
Henry Cavill here. Witcher, yeah. So they had him on display. I thought he looked pretty decent. Not bad.
Yep.
I think it's definitely one of their better likenesses.
Yeah, that looks good.
I think it looks good.
Who did the other one? Was it Blitzway?
Blitzway.
Yeah.
Blitzway did one, and then there's a third too. Was it
Weta? I think it was Weta, right?
Oh, Weta, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are both good. Those are both good too.
Yeah.
This one is from Kojin Works, and this is I think he's gone more toward the 6 scale stuff. This is where you see his name associated now. I think this face looks really good. I feel like it's kind of, I don't know what, something's not right with the body proportions on him.
It's
body
he almost looks like he's like maybe like a little person or something. I don't know. Something's not right with the body at all.
Like a Oompa Loompa.
He kind of does look Oompa Loompa like. I feel like they just need to either shrink the head or increase the body, one of the two.
Because they got like big heads and their bodies little.
Yeah, it's something's not right with that. They also had this one on display. I don't know if this is the way it already is posed, or if you can pose it that way. I'm not sure.
That Batman looks good.
Yeah, except for the gap. You see the gap on the nose, like the mouthpiece is in, right?
Ew, that's bad.
Like kind of like droopy mouth there, but I do think the Ledger portrait looks good there. That's a fun piece. They also had
are these
the armory.
What are these, like Hot Toys?
These are Hot Toys, but they're J&D 6 scale.
Oh.
Yeah, all of these are J&Ds. So they've gone now to the smaller silicone heads and bodies. This is the 3rd scale, though. They had that one on display, which I've had in the back cave, and it's fantastic. This is...
Wow.
This is the one I was comparing, like what we saw with the Blitzway compared to this.
I'll take the Blitzway.
I think a lot of people will take the Blitzway. I saw this photo and I started laughing. I'm like, oh my God.
I'll save $1,000 and take the Blitzway.
Doesn't look bad.
Oh my gosh. And again, no offense to people that have bought this, but like it's crazy. And I don't know if some people missed this or not, but I was actually really, really excited about this photo. Do you guys notice anything on it?
Oh,
The gun.
Over here, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know who they're going to do. I don't know the silhouette there.
No, it's Jack.
Oh, it's Jack. They've confirmed it.
Well, I've seen the whole sign that you're looking at there, and it's clearly Jack.
Okay, well, good. I would love somebody. Well, specifically, I'd love Blitzway to do. And regardless of my Batman collection, if they did Pirates and they did like Davy Jones or Barbosa, I would buy him a million times over.
Right. Didn't we see somebody already making one?
It must have been them.
I feel like we saw like the whole thing recently by somebody.
RoboCop.
Say, I don't know.
So there was
we definitely did.
There was a showing at J&D's office, and there was a long shot that showed all the pieces, and people got really excited because there was a Jack there. It was there. You're like, oh my God, they did one. And it turned out to be an old custom piece from years ago that the owner of J&D had always owned and loved, and for some reason he put it out there.
I wonder if that was like the Commonique? What was that brand? They used to do the movie pieces way back in the day.
Cinema Cat. There you go.
Yeah. I wonder if that's what it was. I wonder.
I think Peter's saying Hot Toys. Oh yeah, so Hot Toys is making one. Yeah, I feel like we just looked at photos not too long ago.
Oh yeah, it was Hot Toys. Yeah, Hot Toys.
Yeah, Hot Toys for sure.
Yeah.
It looked good.
This is Infinity.
Yeah.
On this one. I don't know the scale. I'm assuming quarter. But there's been a lot of RoboCops.
There have been.
A lot of RoboCops.
I think the PCS should be shipping pretty quick.
Yeah, I like the PCS.
Yeah,
this thing looks beautiful.
Yeah.
That new cape, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the colors really pop. The colors pop on this one.
Yeah, I'm so happy this sold well for Prime 1. I'm really glad.
I ordered.
Me too.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's beautiful.
It's still going to be big. It's still 30 inches tall.
I was going to say, it's not going to be small, but it's going to be a hell of a lot smaller than the third.
Yeah.
And take up a lot less space on the base, too.
That's for sure.
These were, it says Hot Toys. I'm assuming it's Hot Toys. Or maybe this is, I think this might be Queen. I think the Queen's doing some figures.
What is that, Devastator?
That's Devastator. And then you have Batman Who Laughs. I think this is Queen that's doing these.
Can anybody read Korean? Whatever that is.
Maybe somebody in the chat knows better than me, but that's an Arkham one, Arkham City. And then they also had some other Dark Knight's metal pieces.
Morphigs by Queen, according to the chat.
What are they called?
Morphigs.
Morphigs.
Yes.
Okay.
1/12 scale.
So it's like an offshoot of In Art, basically. There's the unmasked. Pretty good for something that small.
Yeah, I suppose.
Although this says it's In Art, so that means this one will be 6 scale.
Raven's getting pretty annoyed at you, Chris, for not knowing all this stuff.
I do not know anything. I've lost my marbles.
Yeah.
I know. I tend to know stuff about statues. This one was, these are all 6 scale. And a lot of people felt like they've improved on the sculpts. You can also see the boys down here in the corner.
Yeah.
With the light up heads. But for the Ghostbusters collectors, 6-scale figures coming out.
I gotta say that the likenesses on all 4 of those are better than what PCS is doing in quarter.
I would tend to agree. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
And here's Billy the Butcher again. Great portrait. And nope, I thought I had Homelander, but maybe not. This one looks really good too.
Great likeness right there.
Again, 6-scale. So this is not Prime 1. So Prime 1, which we saw earlier, there's another company called Way Studios that's, I guess, doing the exact same thing.
That's weird.
But they had a whole bunch of statues on display, and I thought they all looked really good. Kind of very similar to what Prime 1 does. So I don't know if...
Yeah.
That poster behind him looks really good. Whatever
it does. I don't know if you can fit a life-size one in the sanctuary, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My wife will be so disappointed.
Very disappointed. But anyway, I thought these all looked really good. I mean, they're fun.
Yeah.
A lot of detail. If you're a Transformers fan. And again, I'm not as familiar with Way Studio. I'm sure we've seen some stuff that they've done in the past. I'm familiar with the name. I just don't know much about them. All right. So we also had some more J&D stuff on display. These were, of course, the Indiana Jones.
Who dat?
Yeah, I feel like it is like a Harrison Ford impersonator. Like I could tell it's Harrison Ford. I know what they're going for. That I'm not a fan of. This is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand by and say this is the best thing that J&D's ever made.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
It's so good. Like I don't know how like they can get that close, but I don't know.
He just looks sickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't look healthy.
I really wish this company can get away from the silicone. Because I'm sure the sculpt looked really good. But again, I mean, that looks fantastic. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm just trying to make excuses for him or what, but I don't know.
Stanley wants us to stop the J&D hate.
Who does?
Stanley.
Stan.
In the chat.
Yeah. We'll try to be nice.
Look at this.
So this thing is nuts. I think this is Infinity Studio. And it is nuts. It is massive. Life-size bust. Pretty cool. World of Warcraft. That's going to take up some space.
Jeez.
There.
Got this is that company we talked about a couple of shows ago. This is the Marilyn Monroe life-size bust.
Elite Series.
There was another name. I can't remember what the name of them. Again, they were a company I wasn't familiar with, but I think she looks really good.
Can you zoom in a bit?
Yeah. Which part?
Face.
It's not a very good photo. But I think it looks really good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
And they also had a Michael Jackson.
That does not look that good.
I was gonna say this I don't think looks very good to me at all either.
That does not look
Michael Jackson figure that they had by the Marilyn Monroe looks pretty good. This looks better.
That looks better.
Yeah.
But I don't really feel like that turned out very great. Mm-hmm. But I think Marilyn looks a lot better.
I don't think it looks like him at all.
Nah.
It's like one of those Vegas dancers.
I was just gonna say, like you see them on the strip.
Yeah, they're on the strip there.
Yeah.
So it's okay for me. I don't hate it as much as you guys do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, you can tell it's Michael Jackson, but it's just I feel like it could be better.
Yeah, that's not. That looks good. That's from when he did the Super Bowl, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yep, that was a big deal. They also had some other stuff on display, and I'm not familiar with the genre they're from, but I thought this one was really beautiful.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like Todd from Spec gets a lot of this stuff. Like he gets a lot of these statues, and I don't always understand, what they're from, but he gets some really beautiful things in.
Mm-hmm.
This is another life-size bust here.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm not sure that all of them even have a license. I think it's
just things they've created.
Beautiful women.
Yeah. This is another a line from them, and I think this is, I don't know. I think this might have been Infinity. I'm not sure, but these are.
I think so.
Again, I think that they look to me. Well, maybe they're figures because they have stands back behind them. I thought these were bigger statues, but maybe they're just figures. But they do have the stands to hold them up.
Okay, Marco in the chat saying Lillian Ghostblade for one of the images you showed, and it is a license.
This one?
I don't know which one he was referring to.
And these kind of look like doll-like to me, like the way that they're presented. So I don't know if they are more like 6 scale, but I feel like that's beautiful.
That's pretty realistic looking.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a photo of a person to me. So I don't know for sure the scale, but I would assume it's 6 scale just based on the stands that are holding them up.
And Ryan is saying Angel Force.
He said correct on whatever one you were on.
Oh, correct. Okay.
I guess that one.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. But a lot of detail on these. Some badass ladies.
It's like girls at the gun range line.
Yeah. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. It's our homecoming week for my daughter, so we're
all right. Have a good one, Matt.
But y'all have a great night.
Good night, Matt.
Thanks.
You too. Take care, Bob.
Bye.
That's pretty cool.
I say, I don't know what these are from, but I was like, I saw these photos. I'm like, they're really just beautiful statues,
Yeah.
Stuff that we could definitely appreciate from afar. But I love some of these things. This was crazy. So this was at Queen Studios. They did a life-size Transformer, or like a person size.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And then they had some of their other statues on display there as well. But I thought, man, come on, Queen, you got these great photos. Why can't we get the Joker photos?
Billy, I can see that in your room. You should get that.
These are only 6 foot ceilings down here, though. That's got to be at least 10 feet.
It's tall. It's massive. Got some more photos of that Snape. I thought that was really good of Rickman. Looks really good. That's in art.
That's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Love him. This was, I don't know who this is. It was kind of a weird photo, but it's like another, I think this is like more like the video game version of him. Obviously, it's not Cavill.
Yeah.
But anyway, I wanted to at least show it. They had that Dr. Doom from Hot Toys on display. I thought this looked really good. I thought the initial photos looked great, but it's, again, cool to see.
Marco said it's Gerald from Witcher 3 video game.
Oh, does he know who makes it?
Sure he does. Let's see.
Chime in if he says.
That banner in the back of that Doom looks familiar.
Yeah, it's almost exactly the same as the Sideshow premium format.
Yeah.
Devin saying Pure Arts.
Oh, Pure Arts.
Yep, Pure Arts.
Oh, okay.
We got 2 people.
They do nice work.
3 people.
Thank you guys. I know we can always, like I said, in the chat, I trust.
So many companies these days.
Figure. All right, I think we're through a majority of the Wonderfest stuff. So I've got just stuff intermixed here. The Thanos from Legendary Beast went up for pre-order. And again, congratulations to Jay Sia on the Marvel license. This is really exciting that they're actually going through with these.
Hey, Jay, we love you and all, but what happened to Wonder Woman?
Yeah. What happened to Iron Man?
Yeah.
Iron Man's supposed to ship this quarter.
That's the rumor.
Yeah. I don't know.
What scale is this one?
3rd.
1/3.
Oh, yeah, it's nice. I like it.
I think I mentioned to Eric those the Infinity Stones look like Christmas lights hanging.
They do.
You sit, go back
down here in the
yeah.
Do. I got some different portraits, obviously, some swappable parts, which is nice. I haven't heard a lot of buzz about this one, so I don't know how people kind of feel about this.
That looks like
fun.
The Infinity Gauntlet.
But yeah, hopefully we'll hear more about Wonder Woman. Obviously, that's definitely one that people are wanting. We still haven't had the Joker go up for pre-order yet either.
I gotta tell you, the Iron Man's got me scared because that was still in collaboration with XM.
Yeah.
So if XM's not shipping White Knight Joker or anything else that was supposed to come out, I don't know about Q3 or 4 of 2024 for that. I don't know.
I have some things to tell you guys after the show as well.
Okay.
But anyway, this one looks really good. I think there's some great texture on it. And again, I'm just really happy for Marvel collectors. Again, I know this one will come out, but again, like some of your concerns about Iron Man, I could definitely see where there could be a potential issue. So hopefully. These are a side-by-side comparison of the Dark Side Catwoman.
Chris, are you still getting this one?
I have no idea.
Dark Side?
I have no idea.
No.
I don't know. We'll see. I know a lot of collectors have already got her. So I guess time will tell if I get it in or not.
People who have it seem to like it.
It's hard when you compare them side by side. I still feel like the Dark Side is still a very good statue. I think she turned out really nicely. There's a lot of bad photos of her. There's some really, really great photos of her. And so again, it's apples to oranges of what you like. I do feel like there's more detail on the Blitzway. I'm very happy with the Blitzway, but it's also really nice. I mean, if you compare bases, it's again, it's just always going to be subjective of what people like. I feel like there's more detail on the Blitzway piece.
I think we would be talking about how great the Dark Side is if there was no Blitzway.
Oh, 100%.
I'll say two things about the base that you were just talking about. Number one, I like that the light up is on the front of the Dark Side instead of the side on the Prime 1.
That's where Prime 1 messed up.
And I really like the 3 cats marching forward on the Dark Side.
I like the 3 cats. I like the movement of the piece. I love that it's got the Max Shrek heads. I feel like the hello there, the curtains, it kind of makes it look a little cheap to me, where it just maybe could have had a little bit more detail. But you're exactly right about the hello there, hello here or hell here, or whatever you want to say, in the front. Right. I think that's really smart. I love that there's an unmasked portrait. Yeah. I also like that her claws are kind of out on the Dark Side. So I mean, there's good things about each one, and so it doesn't matter to me which one you have. I think you're going to be happy either way.
I agree.
Both great.
Yeah, both are great.
Both great.
A couple more of these are the professional photos of the Affleck. I just think that looks fantastic.
I agree.
It's really good.
I'm tempted.
Yeah, I'd say I don't know how many people are in the market just for the Bruce Wayne, but I think I made a mistake in not getting the Michael Keaton Bruce Wayne. I really wish I had got him now, and maybe I'll try to find one if somebody's selling it. But I need to have a Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, and for $555, that's tough to beat these days.
It's a great price for that likeness. Look at the skin detail there. It's really good. And again, that's quarter scale for those of you that are curious. And again, all of these are going to be sold separately, but you can create a larger diorama if you want to.
Looks awesome, but it's just so hard to get excited about all that we're seeing right here when, the Nightmare Batman, I think it went up for PL like almost 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago. I looked it up.
2 years ago.
Unboxing 4 months ago.
And it's still, I don't know.
I'm going to see if I can get in contact with John and see if we can get him on so he can update us. Another reveal from Jay. This would, I would assume, be a 3rd scale Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
With Robin. So that's exciting. It'll be neat to see that one in development. I hadn't heard about this one at all. So
people love Carrie Kelly.
They do. These are some reveals from Iron Studios. These are 10 scale pieces. I thought this one was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
I like that.
Just really great detail on it. Fun base.
Michael, just the Bruce Wayne is $555.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. Mm-hmm. Great detail. Again, it's just fun to see these. They're constantly coming out with cool pieces.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. This one I really liked.
Yeah, that's killer.
ATST from Jedi with the Ewoks fighting. We got Chewie up top. This is just a really neat diorama.
$850.
$850 on it?
Yeah.
They're calling this 1/20th scale.
Yeah.
So might not match all the pieces in your collection, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's smart because they're kind of taking over for that unlicensed company that
yes,
no longer in business.
Yes, they are. Thought this one's fun right here.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's fun.
How small is a 1/20th Wicked?
It's pretty small. It's amazing that they can get that kind of detail in something so tiny.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. And it gives you kind of an idea of the size. It's still got a pretty good height to it, 20 inches, almost 21 inches.
Well, that wasn't that thing like taller than the trees. Like the big.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a tree right there. It's tall.
Yeah, that one split, where it's
big.
Yeah.
You can see the little figures on the bottom.
That's my favorite part of Rise of the Resistance is when you go in where the where those things are. It's just like, oh my god,
it's so cool. I got some new Jurassic Park pieces. Detail is awesome. That's one of the newer ones. Movie?
Or just from the upcoming?
That's from Jurassic World.
Oh, I don't remember this thing.
New He-Man as well. A little bit of a different take.
It almost looks like a movie version or something.
Well, they have that Skeletor, that looks so good.
What happened to Battle Cat? All his gear.
Yeah, it looks like he has had a rough day. Got an axe right through his armor there.
Poor cat.
Is that Battle Cat's blood down there on the ground?
I can't stop looking at his thigh.
Green blood? I don't know. He looks pissed off. So anyway, He-Man from Iron Studios, and they also, of course, had the Beetlejuice, which I thought was fun.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Is this the first or second movie?
I think this is the first one.
Okay.
Not bad. Not perfect likeness, but not bad. Thought that looks good.
We come for your daughter, Chuck.
I was in a Party City the other day. They had so many, so much Beetlejuice merchandise on the shelves.
Oh, I bet. Our Party City closed a couple years back.
Well, not Party City. I mean, Spirit Halloween, the ones that just pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah. And they also had a Daredevil as well. And this one is also 10 scale.
That's cool. I like that.
Oh, that was fun. It's got some nice detail to it. And the base, it's a small piece, but it's nice.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
And of course, I like this one a lot. I'm sure Eric, you like this one as well.
Yeah, I'm waiting for what scale is this one? This is small, right?
10th.
Yeah.
I like it too.
But it's fun. Looks good.
It's up actually. We'll see.
If it was quarter, I'd buy it.
I kind of like it. Yeah, I'll probably grab that.
Definitely an animated look to it, which is nice.
How much of those 110s are like $150, $160 now?
About that, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this is Nightmare Fuel for everyone. Nightmare Fuel.
So I don't think I was on this show. What was the joke behind that? That her mouth was
just that's her mouth. It's just like everybody said that they just reuse the old portrait from 5 years ago. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's like they always have the same look on Harley, like that big crazy smile. But like everybody's like, well, we wish we could just have a regular portrait for her.
I got my tickets for this Friday for the new Joker movie.
We're going tomorrow.
Man, have you guys heard?
What?
Every review I've seen from people I really like to hear from, they all hate it.
Mm.
They say it is one of the worst films they've ever seen.
And John's usually really nice with his reviews.
Like John Campia?
Yeah, he's usually like, he loves everything.
He loves everything, and this guy was pumped to see this film, and he said it's unwatchable.
I mean, I'm not pumped to see it, but I definitely just want to watch it.
Like, I want to see it too. I love the visuals of everything I see in the previews, but he just ripped the movie.
My standards are pretty low going into it already.
So just keep that in mind. It's like I was going to go see it in IMAX, and like I can't wait to see it. But like every review has been like, and people that usually really like this kind of stuff, they said it's just such a departure from the first film. So that's disappointing to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I don't look at like everyone's reviews, but when I saw him say that, he looked angry.
Yeah, he was not happy. He just couldn't believe the liberties they took. It's like they're like almost like Todd Phillips like wanted just to, completely say F you to Warner Brothers for some reason. So it was pretty shocking. New Bane as well. In addition to the Harley, it feels like we have a new Bane or Harley every other week. I don't know why they want to do like a seamless body at this point for him. I feel like they could. But for those of you that missed out on the previous versions, I don't know if there's anything much different on this one. But the body skull, look at the scars on his arms and stuff. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Regal Robot's doing a life-size Chewbacca.
Wow.
So I thought that'll not be cheap.
You could probably just buy a costume for cheaper.
Yeah. But Regal Robot does a lot of really great pieces, so it'll be interesting to see more about that one. Don't usually show a lot of custom pieces on the channel, but this one's too good not to show. This is one that I'm getting, and I can't wait. I think it's beautiful.
To come with the hyena too?
Yep.
When do you expect it,
Say that again?
When do you expect it?
I would assume maybe after the new year sometime.
Okay.
I think I asked, and I think they said maybe February, March-ish, somewhere in there. And I think the people that bought the deluxe with the hyena, they're going to add a second hyena.
Oh, cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece. I know Dan's getting this one, and I am as well. So hopefully we'll see more. But I just thought it was a really pretty piece, and the prototype is painted by her. She's done a lot of other prototypes, like she did the Grundy prototype.
She's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she's very talented. Great painter.
I wonder what it costs to have her paint a prototype.
I would imagine a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, beautiful piece if you're a Harley fan. These were some other just quick photos that I have. These were done by Prime One. These are some of the things that we saw at the Next Level event. Just pieces that I thought were just well done. We'll kind of scroll through these fast because I know some of you are maybe not interested in these, but it was still a fun show. I'm still glad we did it. It was pretty disappointing, I think, for a lot of collectors. Just the buzz from other YouTube channels and other just comments that they couldn't believe it was only an hour, and they were kind of surprised that there wasn't a little bit more variety.
I mean, I watched it back. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not still fun. Not stuff I would buy, but I thought everything looked pretty good.
Did you see that someone asked them in their Facebook group when part 2 would be, and they said like late October, early November?
Yeah, it's coming up this month.
Like right around the corner.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a lot more of the same. I don't know if we're going to see a lot of different variety. I would assume we still won't see DC pieces, but just like Eric said, like I don't know how you guys felt, but I was like, I still enjoyed seeing new stuff.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of refreshing sometimes to not have to worry about wanting to buy something.
Yeah.
Let your wallet have a little bit of a break.
Have they said when that Raw Superman's going up for pre-order?
No.
Okay.
There's that girl standing next to that Prime One piece.
That's insane.
Just to give you guys an idea.
It's like, why?
Yeah. Why and where? That's the question you should be asking. Why and where?
I bet they do well with these pieces.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm sure. And again, they tease some other things for the next show. So again, we'll be seeing more, hopefully, in the month to come. Hopefully we're back in time. Well, Eric and I know we'll be in New York as well as Billy.
Well, I live here, so.
You'll be there.
Me too.
You won't have to go very far.
No. Wasn't this the one that had like the little helmet?
Yeah, well, it's like her hair is the helmet.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Kind of.
How many do you think they'll sell?
3.
Yeah.
I can't imagine them selling many, but who knows? If you're a Street Fighter fan, you might want all of them, but
right.
I don't get it.
Huh. It's a whole lot of muscle.
A lot of muscle.
Yeah. Think she's natural?
she's on the juice.
I don't think it's possible for a female to get that big.
I do think this looks
for
really
a human
great.
to get that big.
Yeah, I gotta say, yeah.
Male or female.
We can hire her as our security guard for New York.
Yeah.
Give Eric a break.
This
cool. One I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
definitely copying PCS here, but
well,
I do think it's cool.
I mean, that's the danger of putting out something unique, because people are going to copy. It's just
nature of the beast.
Yeah.
Imitation is the finest form of flattery. This was, I thought, just a really cool one from Hot Toys that's up for pre-order. I thought this one was really neat.
Predator Shogun?
Samurai Predator.
Samurai?
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's called like a Nokai or something, or Akanoko. I don't know. I'm a dude from Kansas, so I don't know. But it's got a lot of cool detail.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I thought it's neat. Hey, there's Eric.
I'm waiting for Cowboy Predator.
Meeting Jim Lee. He's crashing their VIP event.
Yep. There's me begging Jim Lee to get what I want.
Yes, like, begging him. This is the photo I want. I want a photo. I want a photo standing next to Jim Lee. Like everyone's been either seated or from afar or with a mask on. I want that photo. So I'm very jealous of this photo. So I'm glad you guys got it.
We did have a couple of minutes with him. Like we were there for a while. Like I'd say, I mean, he didn't rush us along. So
no, I felt bad. I felt like I was holding up the line. I was trying to just ask, for what I wanted for the commission, and he just went into like a whole speech of like how he can't do it. It's going to be more money. And I was like,
so was that like you said that was the VIP? Was that the same thing as like what we bought, Eric? Like that kind of is that, or is there a separate VIP thing on top of that?
No, that was a VIP thing that you walk through the booth and like you go through a line. Everybody.
Okay, like what we did. Okay, so he actually got out from behind the table and took a photo and then sat back down.
Yep.
But I think he was standing.
He was standing the whole time.
He was standing the whole time.
He signed stuff standing.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he never sat down. Because even when Tyler went in later on, he was, when we left, there was no chair there. He was standing at like a podium type thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We were best buds by the end of that. He came around the table.
He did. No, he came around the table.
No, he did come. He actually asked, I didn't even want a photo because we already took a photo with Billy and his family. And I was like, no, I don't even want a photo. And he was like, no, come take a photo.
That's really cool.
He was in a good mood.
Marco, I couldn't get it to download. I was having trouble getting into Messenger is updated since, I have my Brotherhood of the Bat is a separate Messenger thing and I haven't updated it. And so I couldn't download your photos from there. So I had to email myself the other 2 photos. So I do appreciate you sending them, but we'll have to get to them another time. And BorQ, 1 of 2, member for 38 months, not a member as long as Mike, but really appreciate you guys again. It's just so awesome. Thank you guys for your memberships and thank you for being here for so long. I really appreciate it. Eric, how much taller are you compared to Jim Lee?
I'll let Billy answer
over him.
Billy, how big was your kid compared to Jim Lee?
Actually, so my 13-year-old took a picture with him and we sent it to my wife and she was like, wow, that's a little guy. because he was probably about this, much taller than him.
Yeah.
But,
Like I'm 6'2". Are you 6'3", Eric? Or
I'm
6'4"?
6 foot even.
I'm taller than you.
You say you are, but I don't know. You say you slouch.
Yeah, but then you said you got compressed, so
yeah.
Chris, I got some bad news for you, Chris.
Uh-oh.
You are not 6'2".
I really am 6'2", or at least I was. I don't know if I still am. I know the last time I measured, I was probably closer to 6'1" because of my back compression, but
I'm about 6'2.5", and I feel like I'm more than half an inch taller than you when we're hanging out together.
So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna fly out to MegaCon, and we're gonna have a measure off. We're gonna figure out who's the tallest.
I'm just gonna send you a doctor's note. That's all.
No, we got to get you out. What is it gonna take to get you out in February, just for a couple of days? What's it gonna take? What do we have to do? What kind of shenanigans, finagling? What do we have to do?
Let me think about that. I'll get back to you.
Okay. Yeah. And we're going to keep hounding you because we want you to have Jeff is 6'2". What?
He's going to get back to us in March.
I've had several people tell me that they thought that I was kind of short from my videos for some reason. So they see me at a convention. They're always surprised.
I get that too.
Well, let me see. Hold on just a second. Let's take a look at something here.
Jeff, do you have a Universal Studios near you?
Yeah, about an hour away.
Okay. Well, that's not
Wasn't that the first Universal Studios, right?
Yeah.
Think of other reasons for you to come.
Went there when I was a kid.
But he's never been to
18 van there. Like you get to like pick it up,
Oh, right.
It was like on a hydraulic or something.
Yeah. Chris, you got that picture of us in Seaport Village?
That's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find the Seaport Village photo.
I feel like when we met, you were definitely
me and Lee Bermejo. Got that picture of that. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, hold on. I know I've got it. Let's see.
You're definitely taller than me, so you're definitely 6'1".
Like in this photo, you're towering over me in that photo.
See,
blurry.
that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, just you.
Well, I think I've just shrunk. I think that.
So wait,
so
Jeff,
here's another photo. This is with Richard Malton, and here we're about the same height.
Kind of leaning a little bit.
Yeah. Leonard Malton. Yeah.
I don't know that's not okay.
Hold on, Jeff. Jeff, you're 6'2" exact?
6'2.5".
Okay. Yeah, Chris, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you're like 6'1". Maybe.
Do you count your poofiness of your hair? Are you 6'2" to like your forehead and then up like another 3 inches?
The poofiness of my hair ain't that much.
I don't have the poofy. So the poofy could be deceiving.
The deciding factor.
I don't know. I'm still thinking we need to have a measure off.
Maybe
could be the shoes.
I can't find the Seaport photo, but I know it's here somewhere.
It's the Brooks.
That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. It's the half inch. That's right. It's the half inch. There's so many jokes right now I could do, but I'm not going to do any. So anyway, that's our show for tonight. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Yeah, Chris, where's the elevator shoes? That's what I need to do next time. That's right. I'm going to cheat. If you come to MegaCon, I'm going to totally cheat and add lifts. But anyway, tomorrow night, guys, tune in for the live unboxing. It'll be a great time with Billy and myself and also Dan. Dan did apologize. He was helping his wife paint tonight, so he couldn't join us this evening, but he will be there tomorrow night. Hopefully, if the statues arrive, they're all supposed to arrive tomorrow.
Yeah, checking mine right now, actually. Oh, it's in Pennsylvania, so that's close.
That's pretty close. So they're usually pretty accurate. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be on time. But that'll be 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, our same as our show tonight.
You guys are going to make me want to waitlist that thing.
I think you're probably going to want it. And here's the thing. I don't think anybody's ever going to do another Alfred. There's not a very good chance. And it's done by Prime One. Prime One is one of the best in the business. It's quarter scale, which I know you like quarter scale. I just don't know if there'll be another Alfred anytime soon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Todd doesn't have it?
He might. But
yeah,
he might. Anything else you guys want to say before we wrap it up?
I'm hungry.
Yeah. Hoping for better Joker pictures today.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. And of course, we'll share them in our groups. So again, thanks everybody for being in those groups and being here Really appreciate everybody tonight. Thanks for the super chats and the memberships. Really appreciate you guys. And we'll see you in a couple weeks for Rogues and tomorrow for the live unboxing. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.